time for the mailbag. Abby, what do you have to lead off?
All right, here we go. How many scholarship quarterbacks are going to be on the roster at the end of the spring game, and who are they going to be?
They have 6 right now, okay? I think it's for sure they're going to lose 1. I think the question is, they're going to lose 2. And I just wonder.
Well done, Sean.
Perfect. I don't want to but you wonder about Casey, but what's the timeline for a guy like Casey? Like a guy at his age that's coming off injury, that's
24,
that won't have a spring. Will he turn 25 during the season? Actually?
Yes.
So what are his options?
Retirement. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a good question. To address the question, I think you nailed it. But if Casey's one of them, then you could almost see 3.
Well, Logan, you wonder about Logan too. He can run though.
That's the thing. He might fit pretty well in this system, right? Right.
People have been expecting him to leave for 2 years now, and all of a sudden he just keeps coming back.
I don't think he wants to leave.
I know. I think he really likes it here.
The last we've heard from him, that's what he said. He likes his teammates, likes being here.
Lincoln.
Coach's son. I mean, he's a teammate. You got to give him credit for his attitude, because he understands, he's played behind some decent or pretty good starters at Nebraska.
Yeah, it's a hard question to answer. I don't know what's going through Richard Torres's mind. He wouldn't seem to fit this offense very well if they're going to run the quarterback a lot.
And think Kansas State wanted him bad.
I'm sorry, they wanted Torres bad,
and he picked Nebraska over Kansas State. So you wonder what his if he were to want to leave Nebraska, with no tape at Nebraska, what would his options be? He's got a great arm though. He really does.
I think he could be pretty good. 6 guys. It's almost unheard of to have 6 scholarship quarterbacks going into a season. So, Sean, you're right. Somebody's going. Is it 1, 2, or 3? That's the question I have.
We think 1's for sure. I think 2 is probably 65%.
Could they lose 3?
I think it would have to be Casey if they lose 3.
Yeah. Casey would have to be involved in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and then a lot of it too is recruiting. What happens if a certain Raiola picks Nebraska in May or June or something?
Yeah, that adds really to
that kind of squeezes the bus pretty quick.
It really does.
All right, next question.
With the lack of offensive linemen, is there a chance that this line will hold up or even improve?
Yeah, I think it should improve. I mean, again, I keep saying it, but your principals are all veteran players now. There's no young guys really, right? Prohaska, you could maybe classify as a little bit youngish.
Third-year player.
Third-year player, though. And then who you projecting at left guard, probably Noradine Norili, who's a veteran player.
Where do you put Corcoran?
Hold on. Ben Scott, center, veteran player. Corcoran could be your right guard, veteran player.
Or Piper.
Ben Hart's got 29 starts. Piper's got I think Piper's got 10 starts plus maybe. Does Piper have that many? I think he does. He's veteran. They're all veteran. They should be good.
You got Lutoski. Don't forget about him.
Yeah, Henry. We shouldn't forget about him. Come on. They should be adequate at the least, right? Shouldn't it be adequate?
Yeah. And I think that was the whole point one of the points of bringing back Donovan Raiola was to keep that going.
Continuity.
The continuity going.
Yeah. Now, Rob,
where you have these older guys that aren't starting over from scratch again. Exactly. They're picking up where they left off, where by the end of the year, they were playing decent football.
Could you do that to them, by the way? Have a third offensive line coach for those veteran guys? Because it would be number 3, right?
Mm-hmm. That'd be tough.
It'd be number 3. It'd be hard to do that.
Greg Austin was hard for those guys.
Yeah.
They were that group was very close to him.
Okay. They were close to him. And then what did Rule
say?
Piper
has 18 starts, by the way.
I'm sorry?
18 career starts.
Piper. This is an experienced bunch. Again, now here's the thing. You got to add. Rule would tell you if he was sitting here, hey, Sipple, they were already adequate. That was an adequate.
Said that in his opening press conference.
Yeah, that's what Rule would tell you. That it was an adequate line already, so they should be fine.
Some of it's scheme, when you don't run the quarterback, it's a little bit easier to scheme the run game. I think when you have a quarterback that's going to move more, all of a sudden that helps the line out.
No doubt about it, Sean.
When they run these slow stretch play handoffs, it's a little bit easier to defend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when your scheme changes from game to game.
Whipple didn't help the offensive line.
No.
I mean, you could argue he heard it. You could argue. I bet you Donovan would argue he heard it.
Yeah, I don't think those guys went out for dinner very often.
No, I don't think they're going to They
Tavern
weren't-
180.
No, they weren't going to Outback.
Maybe in the parking lot, but not in a restaurant. All right.
Yeah,
Next
back
question.
of the back of the restaurant.
Okay, our next one. Who do you think will take a lot of snaps at linebacker this fall behind Henrich and Reimer?
Well, they're not running that scheme anymore. So I don't know if you can even truly
Right.
call it the 3-4 where you had the two true inside guys.
Right.
I think it's Henrich, Reimer,
Sherman.
and Sherman. Those are the three. And then Jamari Butler. I mean, I think those four, like, where's Gunnarsson though? Where does he kind of play?
I think he's more.
He's on the line.
He's a lineman.
Hand down.
You look at him, he
Robin.
looks like a D line.
Robin's exactly right. He's more up front. He's not moving back into a jack position, I don't think.
Chief Borders in that conversation.
Chief Borders isn't that.
Is he a
conversation.
jack?
He's.
They didn't say that he was a jack.
We're talking about jack like people know what we're
I
talking
don't-
about when they
I honestly
don't.
don't know what it
I don't even know what the hell it is. Uh,
So
so they're moving guys
Listen,
around.
listen to Abby.
the way that the players have been describing it when they talk to us is that they can either drop back into coverage or they can rush.
Okay.
That's the jack position.
Okay.
And then they have Jamari Butler is in that with
Man,
Sherman, Maverick Noonan,
Noonan. Yeah,
Man.
that was the other one.
a couple other guys.
I'll tell you what. I mean, those are really. I mean, you saw Jamari Butler up there today. He can go into coverage. That big boy.
He went in the
Impressive.
portal for like 1 or 2 days too. Think about that.
Yeah, then they
He
got him
came
back.
back.
Yeah, they got him back because they needed him back. He's a guy, he can go into coverage. He's big, but he was a great basketball player. I mean, he's very young in football, but he has a lot of potential.
All right, next up is Fred Hoiberg going after Hunter Silas, and who else are his top recruiting priorities?
Yes. The day that Hunter Salas officially went in the portal, Fred Hoiberg was on the phone talking with both of Hunter's parents, just laying that groundwork. Obviously, there's plenty of familiarity there, so it's not like there was much of an introduction. So we'll see. The list for Hunter Salas seems to grow by the day. It's well over 20 schools right now that have reached out. We'll see where Nebraska ends up with her. I would imagine they're going to be very much in the thick of it. There was rumblings well before Hunter even hit the portal that Nebraska was going to be one of his potential top options. Arizona was thrown in that mix. Alabama was thrown in that mix. So we'll see. But yes, they are very much recruiting Hunter Salas, and they're going to make him a priority. There's been several other transfers. John Hugley, the Pittsburgh center, big 6'9", 200 and I think he's listed at 265 this year. Big boy. 2 years ago, led Pittsburgh in scoring and rebounding. He's going to come on a visit here in a couple weeks. And they have Brady Dunlap, who was a 2023 high school recruit, committed to Notre Dame, got his release after Mike Bray retired. So he's back on the market. Nebraska recruited him the first time around and almost got a visit. He ended up picking Notre Dame immediately after his official visit there. So he's coming to visit, I think, that same weekend as Hugley. So those are the two visits that are lined up. There will be more. I would expect there to be at least 5 to 6 visits within the next couple weeks, especially after that second dead period ends. So there's a dead period until Thursday, and then through the weekend, and then there's the open period, then another dead period, and then it's all open through the offseason.
Let's do it this way. When's that open period start again? When's the open period start?
The second brief window goes from Thursday to Sunday, I believe.
Okay.
And then I gotta look at the calendar of how long that next dead period. It's a shorter, brief dead period, and then it's open on all through the summer.
Okay.
All right. Final question, Abby.
All right, Easter's coming up this weekend. So what's on the menu for Easter?
I don't know. It depends where I go.
It's gonna be a nice Easter.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be a nice Easter?
70 degrees. Well, 70 plus degrees.
Oh, weather-wise.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we've had the Easter bunnies had to have a few indoor egg hunts over the last few years.
Yeah, it's been not
Yeah.
pleasant.
Yeah, it's
Discover
like
an egg like a Memorial Day weekend in your house.
I'm
you
with
know?
you. I'm with you.
Just like, oh, there's some
What do
jelly beans the Easter bunny left back.
what do I hope is served? I don't know.
We're gonna
typical
go,
Easter fare is what?
Well, I mean, we're going to brunch. Like we'll go to church at 9:30.
Yeah, you'll go somewhere really
Then-
expensive.
Well, we're gonna go to Firethorn's brunch. Like
yeah, Firethorn's brunch. There you go.
I would call.
You're not going to Pizza Ranch, are you, Sean?
I'll come see you after your workout.
Yeah.
Planet Fitness. We'll meet for Pizza Ranch.
Yeah, I don't have any country club plans. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I'm a
looking forward to it,
huge
though.
deviled egg fan.
Oh God, are you?
And
Yeah.
I make just a standard like dill-based deviled egg. They're fantastic.
Dill-based.
But I've been seeing these like targeted ads about smoked deviled eggs on the Traeger.
Are
gonna
you
try
gonna
it.
try it?
I'm gonna try it.
Try it.
I'll give you a full
Are
report.
you a ham guy? Anyone?
I'll eat if it's there.
I'll do it.
I never like seek out ham.
No, I mean, if you have multiple meat options, I don't really see ham as like your first call. You know,
No. You know what? I'm gonna go get some ham. Like, I don't know if I've ever said that.
Did that hit home?
It really did. Really well. I mean, that was a great analysis.
Did that
If you
hit?
have multiple meat options, ham's usually not the go-to. It's
Yeah.
not.
It really isn't.
It's really not.
Prime rib or ham?
Yeah.
The toss-up.
What's it gonna be? You want the prime rib or the ham?
Some people were making the debate between turkey and ham
Would they?
on Thanksgiving or
Oh, turkey.
Christmas. And people are saying that they like ham better. It's not- I'll take turkey. Give me turkey.
That's cringy.
But some people just are anti-turkey. They don't like it. They,
We'll
go-
have some brunch.
they think it's a
though.
trash bird.
Wow.
turkey.
Yeah.
That's too bad. I've never heard that.
One of your former employees thinks that.
Mr. Hop.
Mr. Dan Hoppin.
The
Yeah,
food
I would-
He's a ham
connoisseur.
guy.
That seems
He's
blasphemous
a
to
ham
me.
guy.
All right, let's not. That's awkward.
Abby, what are
discussion.
you eating?
I honestly have no idea. I'll be lucky if I do get to eat though.
Why is that?
Why?
I don't know. We are going to our family friend's place, so I have no idea what they're
Okay.
cooking.
Mm,
Potluck meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it'll be fun, Abby.
you'll be fine.
Good
It'll
luck in
be
the Easter
fun.
egg hunt.
Yeah.